Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jake Waxman of Two Guys Talk Sports and Other Things, coming with you today for another video. And today, I thought I'd do something a little different. Me and Tyler, we do run a channel that is literally called Two Guys Talk Sports and Other Things. It's in the title, Other Things. So today, I thought I'd explore the other things part of this business, and today I thought I'd share with you guys an interest of mine outside of sports. So when me and Tyler aren't talking, when I'm not talking sports with Tyler Lavalette, ladies and gentlemen, I am a huge aviation geek. All right, I love almost all things aviation, especially planes, and I like collecting models of both commercial aviation and military aviation. And today, I thought I'd do a video review and an unboxing as well. So today, for this unboxing and review, we are going to be looking at the Daron postage stamp SBD-3 Dauntless. So we're going to start off by looking at this box. So you got, on the box it says postage stamp collection, Daron diecast metal historical airplane, includes a display stand. SBD-3 Dauntless, Lieutenant Richard Best, USS Enterprise, Battle of Midway, U.S. Navy. Okay, so we're going to start by looking at the box. So here's one side of the box. You can read all the words. And then here's a nice thing about these boxes. On the back side, you kind of get a look at of different pictures of the airplane. They got a couple other different graphics. And here we even have a picture of the aviator that this box is referring to, Lieutenant Richard Best. And we'll go more into that in a little bit. So that's the back side. And then we got the other side. By the way, sorry about the tear on the back. I was trying to remove stickers before doing this unboxing, because I've gotten these models before, and removing the stickers on these can be a pain in the butt and time consuming. So there's that. And then here's one of the sides that I did not review. And by the way, feel free to pause this video if you want to look at this text. So this just gives you a background on the paint scheme of the background of the model of this plane, the paint scheme, and the aviator it was flown by. So it refers to led by Commander Richard Halsey Best, 4 squadrons of SBD-3 Dauntless aircraft. They would wind up going on to sink 2 Japanese fleet aircraft carriers, Akagi and Hiryu, and badly damaged the Kaga and Soryu. So to give you guys an idea, or to give you a little more information, Richard Best, who flew the SBD-3 Dauntless, he is the only naval aviator, the only aviator of World War II to land not one but 2 hits on enemy aircraft carriers, he's the only naval aviator to sink or land hits that resulted in the sinking of 2 aircraft carriers in the Battle of Midway. So, big time hero, led the SBD-3 Dauntless squadrons, and as mentioned, he landed quite a few hits, and 2 of those hits resulted in the sinking of 2 of Japan's aircraft carriers during the Battle of Midway. And that, of course, the U.S. would go on, thanks to heroes like Lieutenant Richard Best, the U.S. would go on to win the Battle of Midway, and that ultimately turned the tide of the war. At that point, the U.S. was on the offense after Midway. Sadly, after that mission, Richard Halsey Best, he would never fly again, due to a bit of a leak. So there was a leak in his Dauntless, in which he breathed in some very toxic fumes during that battle. So pretty gutsy performance on the day by this legend. I mean, to go in there, have him breathing in the fumes, which can poison your lungs, and yet still going and performing to the best of your ability. That's Lieutenant Best, salute to you on a great, gutsy performance. He would never fly after that, but he's a legend in World War II aviation. Anyway, so just wanted to give you guys a look at that. Here's the aircraft itself. Let's take it out of the box. What do you say? What do you say, everyone? All right, this might take a little time. All right, I'm going to do this. Put the box aside. So, now anyway, here's what it looks like once you get it out of the box. So this is like the plastic that is put around it to keep it safe. It's a nice thing to have. in case you need to pack the aircraft back up or you're relocating or something. So anyways, so this is just what it looks like inside the casing that comes within the box. And now we'll, after a bit of a 360 spin here, I'll take it out of the casing. Alright, and this is going to take a little while. First off, I'll start off with some of the important pieces, and that's the base. Oop. Broke that. Alright. So anyway, so here's the one part of the base, and here's the other. So this is the base itself that comes with it. So if I can get it to focus, it says SBD-3 Dauntless. Then you got the scale size, which is 1/87. And for those who are not familiar with how scale sizes work, so the 1 indicates like the overall thing, like, and then the 87 is how many of that thing it takes to make the full size object. So it takes about 87 of these SBD-3 Dauntless models combined to make the full size SBD-3 Dauntless. And then DaronPostageStamp.com. So there's the base. And I will say this. It's nice that this thing comes with a base. But the thing is, I just wish there was a little more personality within this base. They're just, for every plane, that it's painted black. And it just looks something like this. So it's not bad, but just wish I would have had a little more character. Anyways, now we're going to get the plane out of the thing. That's the hard part without damaging it. Here we go. Let's take a look at this bad boy. And here it is. This is our SBD-3 Dauntless. So you got the front, got some bombs underneath it, which is really cool. So here's the underside. Comes with, or this particular model, don't worry, not real bombs, just replica. It's to make it look like bombs. But this is literally how an SBD-3, this would be the loadout for an SBD-3 Dauntless. They'd carry a couple of bombs, including one which was used for dive bombing. And before I forget, I forgot to mention, the Dauntless was a dive bomber, which means, so, it's a bomber that would end up diving, like the pilot would point the nose down and would go into a very steep dive in order to drop the payload for pinpoint accurate bombing. And this right here, these ailerons or flaps, they would deploy as the aircraft would dive to help kind of keep it more steady and slow it down while it's diving. I just gotta say this. I got a lot of admiration for anyone or any pilot who flew a dive bomber, whether it was an enemy or an ally. Whoever flew dive bombers has my admiration, because holy cow, takes a lot of guts to fly one of these. It's gutsy enough to fly one of these planes, but to have to fly a dive bomber, which you'd have to go into a steep dive, and that wreaks havoc on your stomach. So it's a lot of G's you're facing. So mad respect to those who flew these kind of airplanes. So got the dive bomber, and by the way, the prop does spin. On some World War II models that Daron Postage Stamp makes, the prop does not spin. Thankfully, this is one of the ones where it does spin. So that's a nice little feature. Here's the side of the aircraft. Got the cockpit windows. You got the U.S. Navy logo. The detail on this thing is just magnificent to look at. And by the way, this is a matte paint that we're feeling out. And it feels really quite smooth, even for matte. Got some machine guns in the back, which, in case you're wondering, since this is a bomber, it's a plane that, the Dauntless was not a plane that was designed to dogfight. It's designed to go and bomb targets. So it's not quite built to dogfight. Like, it doesn't have the speed nor the maneuverability, but it does. So that's why it has machine guns in the back to kind of help ward off any Zeros or any enemy aircraft that would want to attack from behind. So the Dauntless is a bomber who has a crew of 2. So you got one pilot and one guy who holds the machine gun down in the back and looks for the enemy. So here's the wingtips. So this is the side. We'll look at the back. Again, here's the underside again with the bombs, the logo. The details on this are just extraordinary, especially for a plane of this size. The detail is amazing. Here's the front again. And here's the other side. There you go. And so this SBD and this paint scheme, it's based off of the one that Richard Best flew. And so basically, when Richard Best flew in the Battle of Midway, his Dauntless dive bomber was in these colors. So it was this bright blue. And a lot of naval planes were painted in this bright blue. Some were in a dark blue, to keep things in mind. Anyway, let's attach it to the stand. Okay, I'm going to have to... Okay, here we go. For a second, I thought I can't get this on the stand. The bomb's in the way. All right. Going to take this away just for a little bit. Let's get it attached. These things can also be a little tricky to... Here we go. Also, something to keep in mind when you get these planes, if you want to get these planes, they can be a little tricky to attach to the bases. But here it is attached to the base. Here's another, I'll give you guys a 360 look at this Dauntless dive bomber, and just a reminder, the prop does spin. So yeah, overall, really love the detail of this plane. Love every little bit of it. Love the paint scheme. Love the historical facts behind it. The fact that this was flown by Richard Best, who's a naval aviator. Not just a naval aviator, but a naval legend. So I really love this paint scheme. And I love all the details about it. So overall, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. The plane itself, it gets a 10 out of 10. The base, the only thing I would say that could have been better, that I think Daron Postage Stamp could do better, is put a little more character and personality into the bases that come with, or like the stands that come with these planes. I wish, say, like if they had painted the stand in like the color of this plane, I think that would have been absolutely marvelous. I get it, they're kind of limited, but I just wish there was a little more character within the display stand of this plane. But that would also up the price. But other than that, this is a gorgeous model. Absolutely one of the best postage stamp models I've ever gotten. And one I would definitely recommend to those who like collecting World War II aircraft. And for anyone who wants to collect historical planes, Daron Postage Stamp, that's the way to go. Really, really good product overall. And in terms of price range, they can range about anywhere between, most of these planes, depending on the size, can range about $25 to $35. Some of which, like B-52, like for example, B-17s go a little more, maybe $35 to $45. So just giving you guys a rough estimate. And in case you're wondering where you can get these things from, there's a lot of different websites out there that you can get these models at. But Amazon is probably, for me, that's my go-to place to go get these. And also, I want to give a huge thanks to my brother, who gave me this plane as an early birthday present. So, to my brother Tyler, I say thank you so much. And absolutely, this plane is magnificent. Love the bright blue. Like I said, love the history behind it. And if you guys are looking to collect World War II models, if you're looking for something historical and something that's within your price range, I recommend Daron Postage Stamp planes, because they're kind of great planes to collect if you're on a budget, and if you like something combined with a good amount of details. For a model that's 187, the detail is amazing, very extraordinary. And also, before we sign off, also like the inside like the pistons and the engine right there, that detail right there is really, really, really magnificent there too. So that overall, these are my thoughts on the Daron Postage Stamp SBD-3 Dauntless and Richard Best colors. And again, if you're looking to collect World War II models, or even modern aviation historical models, and models within a good price range, go check out Daron Postage Stamp, and you can get them on Amazon and a lot of other different places. Now, with all that being said, that is all I've got for today's review of this Daron Postage Stamp SBD-3 Dauntless. An amazing, amazing, beautiful model. Great job, Postage Stamp. All right, that's all I got for today. Hey, leave any comments you'd like to say, anything I could do better on these reviews. I'm open to feedback and criticism. And, hey, anything else you guys want, just anything you want to say. And don't forget to subscribe to Two Guys Talk Sports and other things. Now, with that being said, that's all for today, folks. Jake Waxman from Two Guys Talk Sports and other things, signing off.